There is still a ton of unknown when it comes to Daredevil Born Again and what exactly will be canon and what won't be canon from the Netflix shows. Unfortunately, one thing that might not be canon, or at least one element of the former show that will not be returning, is Karen Page, played by Deborah Ann Woll, who recently told Variety she knows nothing about this series, nobody's talked to her, none of the cast members, and nobody has asked her to be in the upcoming reboot. So this came directly from Variety, from her. So it's not an insider or scoop or anybody like that. It's a legitimate source from the legit source itself, which is her. And she says that, yeah, she hopes that she could come back. She wishes that she could go back and play Karen Page again and conclude a story arc that they were setting up, which obviously makes her feel like there's some leftover elements, which she's talked about, much like many other actors have as well. And she specifically talked about the fact that Daredevil Born Again is happening, but not with her, because nobody's asked her, nobody's contacted her, she has no idea what the series is even about, and yeah, they're about to start shooting it, but again, she hasn't been asked. Now, obviously, you could look at this in multiple ways. One, she wasn't asked when she did this interview, and maybe that's true. Or maybe she's doing a good old, hey, look at me, I'm definitely not in this. I'm Daredevil, Matt Murdock, I am Charlie Cox, and I'm telling you, 100% truthful. They never asked me, I don't know what's going on with it. But in recent interviews, we know that when he was saying that a year before he showed up in Spider-Man, he did in fact know. But he had to keep quiet. It's the element of surprise. It is very realistic that maybe they didn't ask her yet, or maybe she's not going to be in it because she's going to have a smaller arc, or maybe not in the season. But it's also very possible she's lying, which again, we know happens all the time. I'm personally going to say that I feel like that she is coming back, but they're just keeping everything close to the chest, and it's going to be one of those things where they offered a contract very close to filming. They're like, look, take it or leave it. We can recast. And then they just kind of proceed. And for the people still asking about the canonical status, maybe she's not in it because they're recasting, it's the same suit repainted. It's the same actors, multiple of them we've already seen. And did you all forget they still use the music from the Netflix series in She-Hulk? It's definitely a continuation. So if she has a role, she'll be back. Obviously, because she'll have a role. If they don't have anything for her to do, well, she won't be back. And if she doesn't agree to the monetary compensation, they'll recast. So we'll see what happens soon, I guess.